Hi you guys, it is Gabrielle Victoria from risinghighpriestess.com coming at you today with another shade and shadow reading. I hope everyone is doing well and blossoming today. Before we get started though, I want to make sure that you have moisturized your skin today, that you have drank your daily amount of water so that you are not thirsty but you are in fact hydrated, both inner and outer. And more importantly, I want to make sure you're minding your business and staying in your spiritual lane, honey. It's not worth it. It's so messy. Whenever we start diving and sliding and turning on signal lane changes, all kind of accidents happen. Just stay in your lane. Stay in your business, okay? All right, as usual, I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to envision a number as I speak, 1 through 4. Whichever number resonates with you, whichever number jumps out to you in your face, in your eye, whatever number you hear, that is the number you are going to reference for today's reading. Before we get any further, I want to make sure that you are following me over on Instagram at Rising High Priestess. Make sure that you are checking me out on Instagram at Rising High Priestess. Hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and turn your notification bell in. So let's get started today, all right? So if you have done your breathing and you picked your number, I'm about to shuffle the cards and lay them out flat. I think I shuffled these already like 4 times before I even got started. So that was just one more. And I've mixed them up. Okay, so card 1, card 2, card 3. Oh, card 4. Let's get started. Whew. All right, so if card 1 resonates with you, you are going to drop a blue heart for me in the comments below. Tag someone if you know someone, okay? So the first card that comes up says, just passing through. Y'all know it likes to mess with my light, so I can't get too close because I fought with my light the whole last video. Okay, so just passing through. It's telling you not to become so fixated on the person you are right now. You are still changing, you are still growing, and you are still learning. Sometimes people create an entire life story based off of the person that they think they are in the moment, and this person doesn't stick around long. You evolve. You grow. This is just a chapter. When you look back a year from now, you won't even recognize this person. So try not to make any long-term commitments right now. I see this happen a lot with young women who come to me. They come to me at 18, 19, 20, and they make a lifelong commitment, a lifelong decision. And then they look back and they work with me a few years later and it's like, whoo, girl, what was I thinking? I had so much going on and I was trying to do so much and I bit off more than I can chew. Yeah, I'm adapting. Yeah, I've stepped up. But what did I mess up on? What did I miss out on? And so this card is saying to take your time through your evolution process. Stop trying to rush and settle down too quick. Stop trying to force who you are in the moment to be you forever. You can't dictate your growth spurt. That makes just as much sense as a teenager saying, well, I'm done growing. Pituitary gland shut down. Okay, I don't need you anymore. I'm done with all this vertical changing and voice changing. You can't control your growth spurts and who you gonna be and when you gonna be. Now you can change the direction. So just because you don't go down one way, you can change and go down another way. It's a different type of growth that can happen. And so this card is saying you are constantly evolving. We are all constantly evolving. We are all constantly changing and becoming the person who we will settle into, the person that we feel most comfortable being and most natural being. This person won't require a lot of effort out of us. You know, she might challenge us, he might challenge us, but he's not going to make us feel uncomfortable in our own skin, or as if we're not good enough and we got to change and we got to do this. Whenever you find yourself antsy, you haven't settled into yourself yet. Whenever you have an antsy spirit, an antsy soul, you need to go sit down somewhere. You're not done growing, okay? You have to feel comfortable with self. But you're just passing through. You're just passing through. You're in your evolution right now. You are literally going from the moth to the butterfly, or the caterpillar to the butterfly. So just take your time. Get some souvenirs and get ready for the next destination. The next card, card 2. If this card resonates with you, drop me a white heart in the comments below, okay? The card that comes up says, what is chaos to the fly is harmony to the spider. Now, remember what I said, are you minding your business? Because this card tells me otherwise. I'm just saying, it's a couple of cards up here that's telling me a few of y'all ain't minding your business. But that's not my business. I'm gonna just read cards, okay? Let's see. Okay. This card, and let me put this where I can see it. There we go. What is chaos to the fly is harmony to the spider is such a poetic way of saying, even if our intention is good, we can find ourselves entangled in someone else's mess that they have mastered and they can survive in and even thrive, you know? But it's detrimental to us. It's harmful to us. It's toxic to us. And it can put us in danger. A fly has no business in the midst of a spider web. I don't care how long that fly knew that spider. That web was not meant for the fly. It was meant to trap the fly. And so sometimes in our efforts to save someone, even someone we care about, we throw ourselves in a harmful situation, be it emotionally, be it physically, be it spiritually. And we lose so much energy because not only are we trying to save them, but now we're out of our element. And so we're trying to save ourselves in the midst of their chaos. And this card is saying you had no business in there in the first place. Now you can offer advice to the spider. You can maybe offer outside external guidance, but to throw yourself in the midst of their chaos is a form of self-neglect, and it's a form of self-harm. That is not extending love. That is not showing love. That is being a martyr. This card is telling you, let people find themselves out of their own chaos before you find yourself in the midst of it and you're not able to get out. Stay in your lane. Stay in your spiritual lane. Stay in your spiritual business. Stay in your spiritual bag, okay? Let's just get to the the cup of it, okay? Stay in your spiritual bag. Stay in what pays you. The business that pays you, stay there. Offer advice. Draw out a map for them. Say, hey, this is how you can get out of it. This is what I see from the outside. But I can't get in and tell you how to get out, because it's not going to just be you in it. It's two of us in it now. So what good am I if I'm in there with you? Like, we just misery love company at this point. So pull yourself out of other people's entanglements. Word to Jada, okay? Pull yourself out of other people's entanglements. Try not to get wound up in it. You lose so much energy. You become so distracted that you're so distracted in their web that now your space is unattended. Your business is not being handled because now there's a vacancy because you're in their business. So stay in your lane. Card 2. Card 3, for those of you who pick card 3. If this card resonates with you, drop a yellow heart in the comments below. And if you know someone, tag someone. The card that came up for you says Mama Aya. you have some healing to do with your mother. You have some healing to do with the matriarch of your family, be it your mother, your grandmother, reconciling your past with your mother before you can fully embrace your journey into motherhood, before you can fully embrace your daughters or your sons. You have to first heal the wound between you and your mother. A lot of people inherit their mother's pain. And because you, as a child, you don't see your mother as a human. You know, our mothers are our version of God for a long time. You know, they're super women. They cook, they clean, they work, they take care of us. And then when they fail us as a child, it's earth-shattering. I mean, it's worse than discovering Santa's not real, you know? And as time goes on and a relationship changes and a relationship deteriorates in some ways or many ways, depending, it starts a void. And the void begins to get filled, not with people and things, but with sadness, with grief. Because an integral part of who you are, an integral part of who made you is missing. And there's a lot of pain in that. And so it really has a way of distorting your view of motherhood. It distorts your trusting yourself to be a good mother or a great mother. You may have a lot of self-doubt surrounding that. You may have a lot of self-doubt surrounding your ability to be a good wife if it's spilled over into your perception of how she was as a wife and mother. And so this card comes up when there's some reconciliation that needs to be had. And not reconciliation as in, okay, Mom, I forgive you, but hey, Mom, I see that you are human. I see that you had your own story, your own life, your own shadows, your own traumas, your own pain that you couldn't tend to because you had to tend to me and my siblings, or me, my siblings, and my dad, and work, and your own health issues, and your own. And I know it's like, well, I didn't choose to be here. We're not talking about that. At some point, we have to step aside of being the child when we always speak to our mother. Yes, she's our mother. But sometimes we have to see our mother as just another woman. And if that's too hard, as another human. And look at her from a compassionate space of, I may not understand it fully. I may never fully get it. And yes, it still hurt me. But I understand. I understand you had a different life. You had a different pain. You had different issues. And it may have affected me. And I don't think that was your intention. But it did. But I forgive you anyway. Because you are human. You are not superwoman. You are not a superhuman. This is the day when we speak to our mothers as women. And not as just a daughter. We allow ourselves to see our mother as a woman who's vulnerable. A woman who has had failures and mistakes and made wrong choices and loved the wrong people and broke promises and put us in bad situations. And now we're adults and we're like, well, if I were you, I would. You're human. You're flawed just the same. And just because your cracks are circles and not squares, it doesn't mean it's not a crack. Look at your mother with some compassion. Hold space for her as a human. Hold space for her as a normal human. As a woman going through life just like you. Maybe with less resources. Maybe with less compassion. Maybe with less help. And maybe then you can see your mom from a space that allows you to hold space. To forgive her enough to release the anger. To release the frustration and the rage. And just the disappointment you may feel. And that energy exudes to her. That's a heavy card. Mama Aya is a heavy card. It's a lot of pain wrapped up in that one. And it takes time. I'm not blaming the child. I'm not blaming the mother. I want everyone to see each other as people going through life. We're all just having an experience. Good, bad, or indifferent. All right, and the last card for those of you who picked card number 4. If this card resonates with you, drop me a pink card in the comments. And yeah, if you know someone, tag someone. The card that comes up says, not my monkey, not my circus. Now, remember I told y'all it was 2 cards on here telling me that some of y'all not paying y'all own business. Some of y'all not staying in y'all lane. Some of y'all dabbling, y'all being Captain Saver. And while you being Captain Save, your own life going because you steady want to put on your life jacket and, well, I'll do it, I'll help, I'll save. And this card is once again saying sometimes you gotta let people make a fool of themselves and you don't need to intervene. People are well aware of what they do. We give people far less credit than they deserve. People are well aware of the things that they do in their life. And every time we put ourselves in their business, we are not looked at as the person, the good person who comes in and saves them. We start looking like another monkey in the circus. We start looking like a fool too. And so this card is saying, hey, we got to know what deserves our energy. We have to have discernment about what deserves our time, what deserves our effort. It's not saying the person isn't deserving, but if we're entertaining a behavior, if we are entertaining some character traits that are just not okay, if we are putting ourselves in the midst of it, we have now joined the circus without pay, okay? And that's not cool. You working for free as a whole clown. Stay in your lane. Let's practice staying in our business. You know, it doesn't mean you have to judge them. It just means you take notice and say, do I want to give energy to that? Or how could I more productively use my energy constructively? Would it be jumping in and telling the monkey like, hey, you know you're in the circus, right? You look stupid. Or is it saying, you know what? To each his own. Free will. When they know better, they'll do better. But in the meantime, what do I look like joining the circus just to tell some monkeys they in the circus? They know they in the circus. Stay in your spiritual business. Stay in your lane. You can't save them all, but you can save yourself, and you can lead by example. You can always be a resource of higher thought process and making better decisions, making better life choices. And it doesn't mean you have to judge them or look at them snooty, but it's saying, hey, I just choose not to entertain it. I choose not to be a part of it. I don't want to be in the circus. And I'm not going to join the circus just to convince you that you're in the circus. I'm just not going to buy a ticket. Okay? And that is the reading for today. I hope it resonated with you. Sharing is caring. I love to see when you guys share my videos and you tag me in it. It makes me feel so good inside. Mwah. And that is it. I will I will check in with you guys later. You guys have a good day. Stay fabulous, and more importantly, stay hydrated, stay moisturized, and mind your business. All right? Bye.